What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to share with you my debt confession for May 2025. If you're new to the channel, my name is K-Mac, and on this channel, I'm documenting my journey to getting out of $20,000 of debt by the way of cash stuffings, sharing budgeting tips, and also sharing the real life experiences while on this debt freedom journey. So if you're into content like this, I ask that you please consider clicking the subscribe button and also leave a comment below if you have anything constructive or if you just want to show some support. I would really appreciate it. Also, I want to thank all 1,224 of you that have already subscribed, that have already shown your support on this journey. I want to say that I really appreciate you guys. I thank you. And I hope to continue to have your support. With no further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this debt confession. All right, guys. So I'm going to make this really quick. So a lot of you probably already know that at the beginning of the year, I did a balance transfer. There was an offer that I found that had 0% interest for 16 months, and I wanted to take advantage of it. So what I ended up doing was, to start with, I had a balance of $21,028.67. Now, I know I always say 20,000. I just say that because it's just a lot easier to say. It's a pretty popular number, but this was the amount that I started with, okay? This was the balance I had when at the top of the year. So when I decided to do the balance transfer, there was a fee. There was a fee for the balance transfer. And that fee was $1,051.43. So after that transfer, my balance was $22,080.10, right? My minimum balance was, not minimum balance. My minimum payment was $206, right? $206 my minimum payment. So how I'm paying off my debt, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and number it. So this is part one. Part two, this just keeps it flowing. So part one. So from my primary account, I was making monthly payments. My first payment in February was $1,272. And that covered the transfer fee and the minimum balance. The transfer fee and the minimum balance. March was a rough month because I had to pay this amount, and there were some things that kind of popped up at the worst possible time, like my roof and some other issues that came up and some hidden expenses. I couldn't risk paying more than the minimum balance, so I only paid $208 in March, right? April, I kind of got my feet up under me, and I paid $600 in April. And this month, in May, I paid $700, right? All while I'm making these minimum payments, I have a high yield savings account. And I mentioned that at the top of the year in one of my earlier videos, what I do with the high yield savings account. Now, in my high yield savings account, I have a $1,000 emergency, right? Emergency. Oh man, sloppy. Emergency, right? And then I also have a number, some money. I call it my safe number. I'm just gonna put safe number. And that safe number is a certain amount of money in my high yield savings account that allows me to feel safe to pay more than the amount that I'm paying on my debt. That's that safe number because, anything could happen. We all know Murphy's Law. Anything that can happen will happen. So I wanted to make sure that I'm protected in the event of a job loss or an event of an emergency. As you guys know, that one of my dogs, she has lymphoma. So, you know, I pay for the medication, and I also have to save money for when it's time to, you know, put her down, unfortunately. So you always want to make sure you have some funds available like that for things like that. Plus, you know, I have a home, things pop up at your homes, cars, you know, you want to make sure you have money to cover that. So I didn't want to just survive off $1,000. So I got a safe number there. Another thing with the high yield savings account, I deposit a certain amount every 2 weeks into my high yield savings account monthly. Whatever, monthly, right? So that's my high yield savings account. So I have more than $1,000 in this account. So my plan to pay off my debt. Well, let me go ahead and give you guys my current balance now. Since I made my last payment this month, my current balance, sorry, I write slow. My current balance is $19,300. Now that might not seem like a lot because in most of my videos I keep talking about this 20,000, but as you guys can see, it was more than 20,000, and there was additional fees, and then there were some things that came up that caused the balance to decrease slowly. But now I feel like we got the ball rolling, kind of got my feet under me, and now it's time to be a little more aggressive. And my aggressive strategy moving forward, let me switch colors and go to blue. My aggressive strategy going forward is to continue to make payments from my primary account, which is $600. Right. I know I did $700 last month, or this month, but we're gonna keep $600 from my primary account. And what I also want to do is move $900 from my high yield savings account for a total of $1,500 a month going toward debt. And here's the cool thing, well, this is what gets me excited, is that, you know, you multiply that times 7, that gets you $10,500, right? That's how much I'll be paying on debt by December. That's how much we paid off from these two payment methods, right? Bringing my total down to $8,800. And what my goal is to do, once I reach this amount, if everything goes well, let's God forbid, no emergencies happen, we have a great remaining 7 months. My goal is to pull the money from my high yield savings account, whatever I got in there, and use that to pay that off. And my debt freedom date is December 25th, 2025. I want to do it on Christmas. That's my goal. My goal is to be completely debt-free by Christmas. I hope this makes sense. I'm not used to doing whiteboards or anything like that. I hope this makes sense. I hope you're able to follow it. I just wanted to find a different way to kind of explain what I'm saying. And I think this is pretty clear, but let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions. Let me know what you're doing while on your debt freedom journey and how far have you progressed while on this journey. I thank you guys for watching. If you found any value, or if you found any of this helpful, I ask that you please consider clicking the subscribe button and also leaving a comment below. And I'll leave you with that. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.